Welcome back to this edition of One-on-One Sports Webcast. I'm joined by our soccer experts Connor Cummings and John Roddey to discuss what has been going on in the Champions League thus far. So let's start off with Bayern Munich. They had a dreadful first showing against Porto, losing 3-1, but then they came back and thrashed them 6-1. What does Bayern need to do to prevent something like the first leg of Porto happening again? Connor, I'll start with you.
I'm not sure they need to do anything. Bayern is one of these teams that is just outright phenomenal. They scored 5 goals in the first half today.
Wow.
They've just been really struggling with injuries. They brought 13 players from their senior team to Porto last week, and they were down to their 4th goalkeeper. Their entire medical staff just walked out because they've been being blamed for these injuries. But I think they proved today, even with these injuries, they're a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and I'd just like to take a moment of silence and clap for Coach Pep Guardiola, who is by far the best coach in world football at this moment. I've said that Jurgen Klopp is the best coach, but I keep forgetting that Pep Guardiola coaches Bayern. And what he's done with this team is transformed their style of play from the typical German counter-attacking team to slowing it down, playing possession, attacking with numbers. And he's basically done this without 2 of the best wingers in the world in Robben and Ribery, without Schweinsteiger, without Benatia, who's their best center back besides Boateng, and without their starting left back, David Alaba, who is, in my opinion, the best fullback in the world.
Yeah. I say Bayern, just keep doing what you're doing. Whatever you did in the second leg against Porto, do that and you should be fine rest of the league. But moving on, Atletico Madrid had a 0-0 draw in their first game against Real Madrid, which gives them a slight advantage. But with Gareth Bale and Luka Modric both out for Real, do you see Real coming back and winning this, or is it going to be Atletico's game?
Well,
John?
All Atletico needs to do to win this is score an away goal, and that's given them a big advantage. But a lot of people forget that despite Gareth Bale, Luka Modric, Karim Benzema, and Marcelo missing for Real Madrid, they still have, in my opinion, the best team in this tie. You've got Cristiano Ronaldo, the second best player in the world. You've got Sergio Ramos, the best center back in the world. Casillas, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Isco coming off the bench. Khedira in the midfield. I could just keep naming these guys coming off the bench who will save Real Madrid, and they're not even down.
John, when's the last time Real Madrid beat Atletico Madrid?
Champions League final last year. That is all I need to say.
Nope, 2013.
Champions League final.
According to the head-to-head and all except for Champions League, they have yet to beat them since April 2013. Atletico just beat Real Madrid 4-0 last month. I think Atletico is more of a team right now, and I think Cristiano Ronaldo is going to let the loss of Bale and Benzema go to his head, and he's going to try to do too much with this. I think Atletico is going to take this game.
You know, I got to go with Connor on this one. Like you were saying, 1 away goal sinks the ship for Real, so I think Atletico moves on in this one. But moving on, we have Barcelona going through to the semifinals, and Bayern, as we were talking about, barely scraped by. Do you see anyone topping Lord Leo Messi, or do you see Barcelona moving on and winning the Champions League?
I really think Juventus has a good shot. I think Serie A is seen as a little bit of an underdog compared to some of the bigger leagues in the world. But Juventus is a very good team. They're exceptional defensively. They only allow 0.48 goals per game, while they score almost 2. And they have some great players on the team. Buffon, Pirlo, Carlos Tevez is phenomenal, and Paul Pogba as well. I just think they're a really solid team. They've got good depth, and they could have a shot at it.
Yeah, I think Juventus is good, but they're going to be the worst team out of the 4 going into the semifinals. You've already got Barca and Bayern, and Juventus is going to go on and win. And then you've got Real or Atletico. They're worse than all 3 of those teams. And I see Bayern just absolutely taking control of whoever they play next, winning that game. And I hope that Barca makes it to the final. Pep can be reunited with his former Barcelona team and take it with a full, healthy Bayern team. I do not see anyone beating them.
Yeah, that'd definitely be a great matchup, Bayern versus Barcelona. So hopefully we get to see that for all soccer fans. Well, it looks like injury time has run out here, and so has our time for this soccer block of One-on-One Sports Webcast. But stick around as I sit down with our hockey experts Megan Podgorski and Stu Semonite to make some observations and predictions about this year's exciting NHL playoffs.